He was just a quiet clerk. But when he collapsed, dozens of strangers filled the hospital. Why? Because one small act of kindness a day changed everything. This is the story of Ethan, the man who reached for the sky. Ethan was an ordinary man living in a quiet, bustling neighborhood on the edge of the city. Every morning, he woke up at 5:30 a.m., made himself a simple cup of tea, and stood silently on his small balcony, watching the sky slowly shift from midnight blue to golden orange. Then he packed his lunch, gently kissed his daughter Emma on the forehead, and headed off to his job as a clerk in the city's public records office. To the world around him, Ethan's life was routine, plain, even dull. But what nobody saw was the fire that burned quietly within him. He carried a belief that even the smallest days held the biggest lessons. Ethan had a personal rule. Every day before work, he would do one kind thing for a stranger. Sometimes it was helping an elderly woman with her groceries. Other days, he bought breakfast for the boy begging outside the station. Often, it was simply picking up trash others ignored or offering his seat on the crowded bus. Nobody asked him to. Nobody rewarded him. But Ethan did it anyway. One afternoon during lunch break, his co-worker, Mike, asked with a hint of sarcasm, "Why do you waste your energy on strangers? You get nothing out of it." Ethan smiled, sipping his homemade buttermilk, and replied, "Mike, every morning I look up at the sky. Some people see just clouds. I see possibility. If my one act of kindness can make someone's day even a little brighter, then I've already won the day." Mike didn't reply, but the next morning he handed a sandwich to a hungry man on the street. Slowly, without ever intending to, Ethan started to change the mood around him. The children on his street began greeting him with cheerful waves. A fruit vendor he once helped gave him apples for free. Even hardened office workers began to soften. But Ethan never changed, because he didn't do it for praise. He did it because it felt right. Years passed. Ethan grew older, the lines on his face deeper, but his morning habit never changed. One act of kindness, every day, no matter what. Then one winter evening, Ethan collapsed at home. He was rushed to the hospital and placed in critical care. For days, he lay unconscious, but something remarkable happened. People started arriving, dozens of them. A boy he once bought school books for, an old man he helped walk to the clinic every Tuesday, even a police officer he once comforted on the day of his mother's funeral. They brought flowers, prayers, handwritten notes. The hospital staff were stunned. Ethan, the quiet clerk from the records department, had a room overflowing with love. When Ethan finally opened his eyes, he saw a little girl sitting beside him. She held his hand and whispered, "Mr. Ethan, you're my hero. Mommy says you made this world a little kinder every day." Tears welled in Ethan's tired eyes. He gently smiled and said, "Heroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes they just keep showing up with a kind heart." The lesson: you don't need to be rich, famous, or powerful to make an impact. You just need to care, genuinely and consistently. Every single day offers a chance to do something good, no matter how small. And in the end, it's not the job title, salary, or car that defines a life well lived. It's how many hearts you touched along the way.